What we eat is really our chemotherapy 3 times a day.
Dr. William Li is a world-renowned Harvard-trained medical doctor, researcher, the president and founder of the Angiogenesis Foundation. His work has contributed to the approval of over 40 FDA-approved therapeutics and devices for cancer, cardiovascular disease, wound healing, and vision loss. He is also a New York Times best-selling author of Eat to Beat Disease, The New Science of How Your Body Can Heal Itself, and has recently published another book, Eat to Beat Diet Burn Fat, Heal Your Metabolism, and Live Longer. In today's video, we will highlight Dr. Li's teachings on how food can serve as medicine to protect our bodies from diseases like cancer. In the last part of the video, we will highlight 5 healthy and powerful fruits that Dr. William Li often mentions in his seminars and talks. Make sure to watch until the end for all the details. Hi, I am Sunny. Welcome to my channel. I am a nurse and I like to give some health tips.
Diet accounts for 30 to 35% of environmentally caused cancers. And in fact, we're probably forming these microscopic cancers all the time in our body. Autopsy studies from people who died in car accidents have shown that about 40% of women between the ages of 40 and 50 actually have microscopic cancers in their breasts. About 50% of men in their 50s and 60s have microscopic prostate cancers. And virtually 100% of us, by the time we reach our 70s, will have microscopic cancers growing in our thyroid.
Dr. Li emphasizes food is medicine.
Food, in fact, is really one of the most powerful healthcare interventions that we can do for ourselves, because food is the medicine that we put into our body 3 times a day. That's called food is medicine. You put good stuff into your body's going to last longer. The science is now telling us that there are things that we can deliberately choose. It's not food versus medicine, it's food and medicine that can help our treatments work better.
Choosing the right foods can enhance our treatments. To educate the public, Dr. Li wrote a book on food as medicine. He details 150 foods backed by human clinical research that can improve metabolism, reduce body fat, shrink waistlines, and enhance blood sugar and insulin sensitivity. It is important to note that it's not just 5 fruits that we will look in detail in the video, but many varieties of natural foods that can be considered as food medicine and help our body to become healthier. First, tomatoes are well known for their lycopene content.
The best example I know is this study of 79,000 men followed over 20 years, in which it was found that men who consumed cooked tomatoes 2 to 3 times a week had up to a 50% reduction in their risk of developing prostate cancer. Now, we know that tomatoes are a good source of lycopene, and lycopene is anti-angiogenic. But what's even more interesting from this study is that in those men who did develop prostate cancer, those who ate more servings of tomato sauce actually had fewer blood vessels feeding their cancer.
Lycopene is a fat-fighting bioactive. Here's what it does. It actually takes our harmful fat and helps to burn it down by activating a special kind of fat we have in our body called brown fat. So good fat can burn down white fat, which is harmful fat, dangerous fat, and eating tomatoes will light that up, improve your metabolism, improves your metabolic profile overall, lowers bad cholesterol. This is all with tomatoes, and actually shrinks your waistline as well. One study that was done actually took normal, healthy young women who were not overweight or obese, okay, because a lot of research is done with people who are already overweight, but this is actually taking young, healthy female grad students who don't have extra weight. They're considered normal body size, whatever that means, okay? That can be debated, but the bottom line is that they had just 1 tomato to eat before lunch every day, and they were able to lose weight and improve their metabolism. Very achievable.
With foods, it is important to know how to best prepare them to maximize the benefits of those nutrients. So here is how you prepare tomatoes.
But the lycopene is in a form that's called trans, and it's very difficult for your body to absorb. It's one chemical form of the lycopene. If you heat it, you change the chemical structure naturally, and you change the trans to the cis form, and suddenly your body can absorb it. So at 2 minutes of heating tomato sauce, you suddenly make it 50% more available. And after you simmer it for 30 minutes, it's 250 more available. And so again, how we treat our food makes a difference as well. There have been studies looking at cooking tomatoes in water, and you can actually get the lycopene out, and you can see that there's some lycopene that goes into the bloodstream. But lycopene is a fat-soluble, it's an oily molecule. It dissolves better in oil than in water, right? So oil and water don't mix. Lycopene loves oil. If you cook tomato sauce in olive oil, the lycopene gets into your bloodstream a lot more easily because it doesn't get flushed through. Now it gets absorbed into your body, all right, by a lot. What kind of olive oil would you want to use? If you look across many of the olive species, there are 3 varietals of olives that have the highest number of anti-angiogenic, cancer-starving polyphenols. One's Italian, from Umbria, Moriolo. One is Greek, from Peloponnesus. It's the Koroniki olive. One's from Spain. It's called the Picual olive.
Next in the list is pear. According to Dr. Lee, the reason pears are so great are the fact that they've got chlorogenic acid, which is a bioactive also found in apples that can actually activate your metabolism and help you burn down harmful body fat. And chlorogenic acid is also anti-angiogenic, means it actually stops blood vessels from growing to tumors. One of the things that he loves about pears is that it's got a lot of dietary fiber. So an average pear has about 5 or 6 grams of dietary fiber per pear, and a study showed that just having that amount of dietary fiber can lower the risk of tumor progression or death by about 30% in one study where they looked at people with melanoma on immunotherapy. And so here is actually a food that can actually make medical treatments work better. Dietary fiber. Next in the list is kiwi.
Kiwi is packed with vitamins and antioxidants, and it's been shown that eating just 1 kiwi a day can actually cause your blood to be fortified to neutralize about 60% of the incoming damage from DNA. And if you eat 3 kiwis a day, okay, which is pretty easy, right? You can put it into a yogurt, okay? It's something that simple, actually will build itself back up so that damaged DNA will be repaired.
This is a study, a very small study, but an important one that just shows a proof of concept out of Singapore. They gave female volunteers 2 kiwis a day for 4 days and then looked inside their stool to see what happens. In the first 24 hours, they had 35% more lactobacillus in their stool just from eating the kiwi. The fiber in the fruit, feeding the bacteria, changing the population, and the bifidobacteria increased by 17% over the 4 days. These 2 bacteria, lactobacillus and bifidobacteria, they actually make other metabolites called short-chain fatty acids, or SCAFAs, that are anti-inflammatory. They alter our lipids and energy metabolism, and they actually help our gut have protective mucus layer. So you have less leaky gut kind of syndrome. So kiwi, who would have thought that the kiwi would have been beneficial to us on the basis of our microbiome? But
next is berries.
Berries, and we started talking about berries, have this ellagic acid and anthocyanins. Dark berries like blueberries, blackberries, and even strawberries. You know, anthocyanin is a kind of a reddish, purplish natural dye that is anti-angiogenic, immune boosting activity. Eating berries actually is really helpful for your health defenses. So that's, by the way, if you have berries, please don't put tons of sugar on them.
Strawberries have also been shown to actually improve your metabolism. And what's really interesting by eating strawberries is that although strawberries can be sweet, when they measured blood sugar, eating strawberries in a way to improve your metabolism not only decreased weight and waist size and lowered weight and decreased body fat, it also didn't raise blood sugar. So this whole idea, another kind of like common idea that's kind of like a paintbrush idea. Don't eat fruit. It's got too much sugar in it. It's got too much fructose. It might kind of sound like it makes sense on a casual level, but the science actually doesn't show that. And the reason is that the bioactives in the strawberry activate your body so it starts to burn down the bad fat. Okay, so you can actually metabolize even faster.
Fifth fruit is pomegranate. Dr. Lee also drank pomegranate juice because it turns out the pomegranate juice can help us grow healthy gut bacteria that boosts our immunity.
Here's what's in the juice. It's got something called elagitannins. These are bioactives that can do a lot of great things. One of the things they do is actually they can cut off the blood supply to tumors, so they can starve cancer by cutting off the blood supply. But the other thing that they do is they improve your gut health by helping to grow a bacteria called Akkermansia. This is a guardian of the gut and guardian of health, and it actually comes from the pomegranate. So don't be afraid to pick one of these things up, eat the seeds, and juice them if you dare.
Bacteria Akkermansia, which can be grown by drinking pomegranate juice or Concord grape juice or cranberry juice, that seems to be present in every patient who's a positive responder. They benefit. The tumor is wiped out by your immune system. In people who get checkpoint inhibitors for their cancer, because we don't know who responds and who doesn't respond, we're beginning to find out that what you eat and how it happens to change the ecosystem of your diet, of your gut bacteria, looks like it can actually make a big difference. And that
Dr. Lee concludes by advising a diet of fresh, whole foods, mostly plant-based, and reducing red meat and processed foods. He emphasizes that no single superfood exists. Instead, the diversity of our food choices strengthens our bodies and immunity. To recap the top 5 anti-cancer fruits: tomatoes, pears, kiwi, berries, and pomegranate. For more information, check out Dr. Lee's latest book and his website, with links provided below. Thank you for watching. Be sure to check out my other videos. Until next time, stay safe and healthy.